afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video for November 3rd, 2016, the 7th game of the World Series Special Edition. I'm still tired from the scream and hoarse from screaming last night at the game. So another game on tonight. I have another late night going on. Very exciting. The more amazing is I'm a huge Cubs fan. And, I actually am a Cleveland fan. They haven't won in 68 years. Those are the two longest franchises without a World Series victory. But the more amazing is neither team has ever won the World Series since I've been alive. And the Cubs have never been in the World Series since I've been alive. So it's a big deal to sort of watch this. I'm pretty excited about it. So just to let you know what happened with the market today, the ES is down 12.75. Actually closing back down near its lows up there, down there. You have the NASDAQ down 37. Put it up here and here. I start talking about the Cubs, I get all discombobulated on my charts here. The idea in here is you have the Russell down 16. I'm telling you right now, the Russell has been the big problem in this market. And that's been dragging the whole market down. The first breakdown of anything, and I go on correlations, and the first breakdown of any of the major markets with Russell, and we'll revisit that in a minute. Bonds only up 5. At one time they were up 20, and they just can't stay out of their own way. Industrials down 77. Only bright spot was the transports, led by the rails today. Strong day by the rails, and the airlines basically being unchanged. Let me put it this way. See crude oil? Down $1.22. Crude oil has gone down $5 to $6 in the last week. The airlines haven't budged. Really a perturbing kind of time for that. Dollar weakened again, which helped gold. So when we were talking in the live chat, when gold was up 18, I said it was a short. Even though this isn't simpler futures, it's simpler stocks. The first thing we do is try to get a grasp of the overall market and the futures markets to determine how we're going to trade the rest of the market. Yeah, the Mexican peso going up again. Getting nailed again. The dollar going up versus the peso all has to do with poll results. Advance decline all day was weak, about down at least 1,500 most of the day. You had the VIX up hardly any. Very curious up here. In fact, the VIX all day acted heavy. Very curious. You have the Nikkei down 215, right at support now. You have the German DAX down about 1.25%, and the Dow Jones China down about 0.7%. These are how they're represented in Thinkorswim. DE Dow is the German DAX. DJA China obviously is the Chinese market in here. So where do we go from here? This is what I want to show you. I go on tells. Just like poker, all you do is whatever can help you increase probabilities of success. In this case, it's the Russell. In here, I've been warning that if the Russell broke this 1200 level, it could go down by that amount. If you see this, that's 1263 to 1200. Really, it's about 1208, but let's just say 1200. It's easier for me to subtract. That's 63 points. 63 points from 1200. Guess where that gets you? 1137. Well, you know what? It's 1158. It's not that far away. Going right to that level right there. Right to this, and I want you to keep that level in mind on the right. Where does that put the ESs? And the reason I'm showing this is today the ESs attempted to rally, and the weakness in the Russell just kept pulling it down all day. Look at this. Right there, where's support? Right in this area, right around 1280. See this spike on the right? That's right where I see it stopping, right after the Brexit spike. That's right around here. That's like this spike right around here. That's 2080. It's not the end of the world, but that's what it looks like to me. The idea in here is the NASDAQ. Like I mentioned last week, a lot of people on Simpler Stocks Premium made a lot of money off this call. When this was breaking down and this looked like it was breaking up, for the NASDAQ to catch up, you had to have the big NASDAQ stocks selling off. And like we showed for the last 2 weeks, that's exactly what happened. The Googles, the Amazons, the Teslas, even the Apples got trashed. They reacted poorly to earnings. And the reason isn't because their earnings were that bad. It's because the NASDAQ had to sell off to where all the other major indexes were. So just so you know, a couple of things going on that are pretty exciting in here. We have coming up the trade the election. So basically we have Rogge and John Carter in here going over next Tuesday. Really exciting. Doing the historic election live trade event. If you want to go to it, it's simplertrading.com / you'll see it right here. Just go to it on your video. Really exciting. They're going to be up while it's going on the election. Very exciting in there. The other thing in here, and you know I mentioned it, we have the $7 30-day trial. It includes the chat room, which is on from 9 to 10 in the morning, the premium videos, which are a lot more in depth in here, and the email alerts. The email alerts, I'm telling you, are a big part of this simpler stock side. I have at least 6 stock trades and chart ideas every day. Index and futures charts, I post about 6. Every day. Ask a lot of people. There are actually a number of futures traders on simpler stocks because they say the futures charts are as good as anything out there. Unusual options activity, if I see some unusual options going on, I'll post them if you can use them now. I'm not going to post 1,000 trades that you have no idea which to pick and then brag because 1 out of 1,000 hits. You'll find out that our percentage of winning is tremendously high. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a great night. I'm looking forward, and I hope everybody is, to watching the World Series tonight. Have a great night.